Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are so excited to have in the house Katie Austin this morning.
Yay! Nice to meet you.
Tuesday, Transformation Tuesday.
Okay,
right.
so we have to get this straight. So before we began this little segment,
Yes.
Rob was like, I think I've met your mom
definitely
before.
met you. Cannot.
And he was like, I think I was at the White House. And Jezlan and I are like, what? Like, you're just like, it's just some random.
Well,
Like,
it's so wild because when you meet, it's like meeting you. When you meet your mom, you don't forget it. And I remember meeting her. It was a Special Olympics event, and I think your mom's involved in Special Olympics.
Her mom is Denise Austin, by the way.
Yeah, just so we're clear. And I remember literally walking down the hallway with a girlfriend of mine. My girlfriend knew, of course, her personally and said, "Oh my gosh, Denise, how are you?" And we started having this conversation. I remember thinking, "Oh my goodness, that's Denise Austin." And her energy is just as real in person as it is on TV.
She wakes up every day around 6 a.m. and that energy is totally natural. It doesn't even take her a cup of coffee. It's so natural. I mean, I love it, but as your mom, it can be a lot.
So you got it from your mama. It's
Yeah, I
true.
don't have as much energy as she does. I definitely don't. But yeah, she's very inspiring.
But it's
in
just
that
as
way.
positive and just as infectious and
thank
just
you.
a different flavor.
Thank
I mean,
you.
I see all your
appreciate
Instagram posts and you're like dancing and having fun.
Speaking of her Instagram, 17 Magazine nominated you as one of the top 10 fitness Instagrams to follow.
Yeah.
Huge honor. How do you feel about that?
That was right when I started out this business as well, about a year and a half ago. So that was crazy to me. And then they gave me a spread in 17 Magazine about 3 months after that, which was, 17 Magazine growing up was my dream. And so that was one of the huge honors, especially just getting started in the fitness industry. So that was really, really amazing.
that's so
Super.
great.
So what made you decide to follow in your mom's footsteps?
Ooh, okay, so it's more of a story than just an aha moment, but a cliche thing I always say is I've been following her around since I was 6 weeks old. That was my first trip to Hawaii, watching her film her fitness videos. I mean, she had a show for 24 years, and so I grew up in the industry, bringing her camera crew to the house, I was traveling with her everywhere, so I grew up watching her film these fitness videos, and I guess it was always a little part of me that loved it, but I didn't know it because, I was in college, I was just, having fun, and also I was a D1 athlete, so as you're a D1 athlete, you don't really think about anything else. In high school,
what is that?
Division One.
Division One, yeah,
Okay.
sorry. So I went to USC. I played lacrosse. My whole life, lacrosse was my life. I was going to get a scholarship, playing really hard every single weekend, all my summers. So I didn't have time to think about a career. I was 18, 19 years old. And then when I got to USC, after 2 years of playing lacrosse, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in LA. I can do so much more with this, scholarship and turn it into something that I always wanted to do. So my junior year of college, I auditioned for a TV show and I got it, and it kind of just started from there.
The show was?
Honestly, it was like a variety show and a sports show. I got my degree in sports broadcasting, but, and I also do that on the side. I'm rambling here. But it was then my senior year turned into a little wellness segment. So I got 5 minutes every Wednesday to do a little fitness segment. And off that, my senior year, I really loved it. I fell in love with it. I found out it was my passion. And so I turned it into a blog.
Wow.
I know, it was like some crazy steps to get there.
Right.
Nothing happens overnight, but
It's incredible.
Yeah.
What I love about your story is it's so organic, though. It seemed
Yeah.
like, while you were clear that there were certain things that you loved doing, you sort of also trusted what showed up in your life.
Totally.
Right? Is that been a
Totally.
theme for you, sort of trusting your intuition about things? Or?
Yeah, truly, I love what I do. And I think fitness especially, it's so rewarding knowing that you're helping others. It's an industry that it's so, you feel so grateful for it because you're helping others. And so when you're helping others, it becomes such a deep passion that I love so much. I honestly don't even consider my work. I wake up every day so happy that I'm doing it. And I sound so overly positive right now, but it's true. I love what I do.
One of the things I love most about your program and your message is it's not about comparison or body shaming.
right.
And that really resonates with a lot of the millennial girls.
Totally.
Let's talk about
It's
that.
really, I didn't even have it growing up. When I was in middle school or in high school, social media wasn't even a huge thing. I got Facebook maybe my sophomore year of high school, so I didn't really grow up with it as much as the girls are now. So, on Instagram, on social media, you compare your life to other people's highlight reels all the time. And it's just a really hard thing to do, to sit there and go on Instagram and be like, shoot, that girl's having a better life than I am. I look at other girls and I'm like, dang, she's so much more fit than I am. She's doing, more stuff than I am. But realizing that your journey is exactly where you're supposed to be is really important, and realizing Also, not to look at others to get fit and have their body, but to, focus on your body, and that's how you're supposed to work out and get fit, is to only focus on yourself is really important.
Well, and because so many people's motivation is to look that way, right? So if I do this workout, I'm going to look like her. Well, I'm never going to look like her.
Right, and that's almost the sad part about the fitness industry too. It's overly saturated with using other girls' bodies and, the big butt, the skinny waist, and some girls are never going to get that because that's just their body type. I mean, I could never grow a nice, huge booty over here. It's I wasn't born that way. So it's just how you're born as well, and realizing who you are is who you are.
Right. Has it been tough to maintain that mentality being in the fitness industry?
Totally.
Are there certain things that you do to make sure that you maintain that kind of self-loving
Totally.
perspective?
Well, it's also kind of hard because a lot of people assume that the path I've been given in the fitness industry is super easy because of my mom. And so the pressures that even come with that are very hard to, deal with. But also, like I said, realizing that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. I graduated college a year ago. I still have a long way to go. I really just started this business in the last year. And so I think where I am is really great. I just have to remind myself that how lucky I am, especially to be in Los Angeles. I mean, I grew up in Virginia, and I've dreamed of this place my whole entire life, and so I just feel really lucky every day.
So we've had a few fit experts and things on the show, and one thing I'm really loving, I realized that I had to really reprogram myself because I'm a bit older than you, and my generation was all about skinny, skinny, skinny. No fat, no weights. We just did cardio, and it was all about being skinny. And what I love about you and about a lot of the movement is, you're very thin, but you're not anorexic. And I don't want to learn from I don't want to have that pressure of that. And I love that the women are lifting more weights. So for you in your helping people get fit, how much are you promoting women to lift weights versus the old school cardio only?
Yeah, so it's funny because I have a little bit of a different journey with lifting weights. I was a lacrosse player in college, and I lifted a ton. 200 pounds. I could have lifted. Yeah,
Lacrosse players are no joke.
Wow. I look a little bit on the thinner side now, but I was pretty, I was pretty strong. And I loved that, playing a sport, it's so empowering.
Oh my goodness.
But now I actually don't lift more than 10 pounds. I do lift weights, and I still do body weight exercises.
Wait, 200 pounds and 10 pounds. Yep. What do you mean?
I lost a lot of weight, a lot of muscle, but I gained it back. I gained some of it back. But yeah, strong is the new sexy, which is an amazing thing for women, for sure.
For sure.
It's so interesting, and you're sort of right about that. I think as we get older, we sort of, our goals and our priorities change, right? Because I remember in college, I wanted to lift as much weight as humanly possible. You know what I mean? I want to get real big, and then over time, you realize it's a lot to maintain as well, and so it's very time-consuming. For you, I know it's a challenge, but if you were to tell people a couple of tips that they might. What tips could you give people that want to stay in shape and be strong but not be overly big?
Well, I think the main key is keeping it very practical. So if you're going into the gym and you're thinking you're going to lift your college weight, or, wanting to lift for 200 pounds, keeping it realistic is really, really important, and just starting. So if you're looking at some girls on Instagram and compare yourself, being like, wait, I can't do those. I can't do that for 45 minutes. Just start. Just start with 10 minutes a day for a walk, for a nice jog, and then go up from there and make it really practical. So that's why my workouts are really realistic, is because they can be done all in-home workouts, and all you need is 10 pounds, is that's all I say. That's my program. It doesn't go over that. You don't need a gym. It doesn't need to be too intimidating. And I think that's the main key, is definitely keeping it practical.
You also seem like you keep it fun.
I do.
Yeah.
And she's got great recipes too. Great tips on food. Because it's not all about the time you spend in your gym. It's about the time you spend in the kitchen.
It's 80% what you eat, unfortunately. The workout part for me personally is more keeping myself confident and more full of self-love. So obviously get to those abs too sometimes, but more so just on the inner.
Yeah, it's interesting what you said earlier when we were sort of tossing back to you in the front studio there. I noticed in my own life that when I stopped stressing so much, I was able to lose weight more easily, and a lot of things just click.
It's true.
And so it sounds like that's part of your philosophy too.
Yeah. So my mom has always been the most positive person on earth. So I think it just resonated with me growing up to be positive. That's how you do it. If something went wrong, a little thing. My car didn't start this morning, and I was just like, all right, you're still lucky. You're still able to be here. So you just have to kind of reassure yourself that what's going on in your life is probably minor to someone else's problems as well. So
relative.
Staying grateful.
So we're running out of time, but I want you to tell us, what is your program exactly? Is it, I don't know.
So actually, I'm coming out with an app in a little under a month, and I'm so excited because I've been working on this for a while. But my program is a membership program. It has over 70 in-home workout videos, and I add a new one every 2 weeks. I give you something to do every single day. So whether that's an in-home workout video or picture exercises or a different recipe to follow, every single day it's a link out and it's right there on your desktop, and now it's coming to an app.
I love it.
I love that.
Congratulations.
Katie Austin.
Easy to remember.
Very creative. Very creative.
And I'm assuming that's the website also. Where else can they find you?
GetFitWithKatie.com.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Well,
Yes.
so nice to meet
Thank
you.
you for having me.
Incredible energy, and
you.
just
Thank
so
you.
excited to know you guys got to
Yeah,
finally
I know,
we
it's
might have
crazy.
been,
I know.
7 years ago?
Yes,
Over a
actually.
little, like 11 years
From
ago.
the White
Yeah.
House
Yeah.
to Focus TV studios, I covered LaLa land.
super excited for your adventure
you.
and
Thank
helping
you
so
so
many
much.
people. Thank you so much for all your work. So
Thank you.
stay tuned, you guys. We'll be right back to wrap up this Transformation Tuesday. Stay